Henry McClure Live. A red brick update. We've got a market study being done by CoStar. And once I get that market study, I'll feed it into my friend Gork's database and we'll come up with a new report. That's that update. And I just saw some friends of mine at Dillon's, and they saw some Facebook posts about me running for mayor. They said, "Oh, the people were angry." And so, like, there's this attorney, Kavanaugh. You know, what's your deal, dude? Like, what are you doing for the good of the order? Anyway, I said, well, with all the stuff you saw on Facebook, would it change your mind for voting for me? And they go, absolutely not. So, I think the little hijinks that Brenda Dietrich helped implement with Senate Bill 104 actually is proof about the bureaucracy around this community not wanting change. Everybody is going to have their little fiefdom, and they want to be in charge of their little area, and they don't really want the public to be involved. So this is the way I view the Citizens Commission. Imagine everybody in Topeka, all the different forms of government. It would be like having a computer and not having it connected to the internet. So every so often you have a Citizens Commission meeting, and the city council, the county commission, the MTAA, the library, the drainage districts, the school boards, the townships, the small towns, everybody's at the table, plus a certain amount of citizens. So think about that. An opportunity, it's not always about evaluating whether or not we're going to consolidate our governments, but it's ways to find efficiencies. It brings everybody into the room. Let's look at it it's like, okay, it's a government meeting. We're going to have a meeting of the government. Think about that. That is not a bad idea. But the proof, look, so I want to know who told Amanda Stanley to support Senate Bill 104. Rick Eckert probably did it all on his own because he's the 4th county commissioner. But I think there was a consolidated effort or an organized effort. There's a word I'm looking for that would, but I think they all collaborated and came up with this idea that we're going to make it optional. Well, the fact that they didn't implement the law in 5 years, it was already optional. But now people come forward and we want to get the commission up and going. The bureaucracy squelched it. And I think what's going on a national level, and I don't know why a guy like Kavanaugh, just because he's a Democrat, why wouldn't you are you jealous of Elon Musk? But I want a guy like Elon Musk telling me how to run my business better. And there isn't anything about government that's not business. Absolutely. I mean, it's a business whether you like it or not. But like it or not, sometimes it's the business that works against you. Absolutely. The bureaucrats and the bureaucracy can spend as much time working against you or just not working at all. I mean, think about it. Okay, we're going to make a new requirement that you have to come to work. Oh, hey, if you don't want to come to work, you can retire early and we'll pay you to go away. And then guys like Kavanaugh are out there stomping their feet, scratching Teslas. And the minute the people want to come forward, people like Brenda Dietrich are out there subverting the will of the people. And that's bad. I'm going to tell you a little story. This is Henry McClure Live reporting a media event that is going on right now with the MTAA. This will be interesting, and I can't wait to see how this lawsuit comes out. So Bob Zabel, who's a very fine businessman in this community, has had to come forward and sue the MTAA over a discrepancy in the lease document. So he said, she said, right? Well, it appears that the lease got, the original lease got manipulated, and they're going to have to go to court to find out who's right. And Bob has an original. There's a lease out at the MTAA, Bob's old bank, and an appraiser. They all have the originals. Well, Bob's original bank and the appraiser and his original lease, those three all jibe. But just by happenstance, and coincidentally, the lease doesn't jibe, allegedly. I got to learn these fancy words in reporting. So this lawsuit's gone on for a while, and now the lawsuit's going to grow even bigger. But I've never dealt with that Eric fella out at the MTAA because he's just not a nice guy. And I don't need money that bad that I got to deal with a guy like that. And I don't need lawyers bad enough to have to go to Kavanaugh. Steve Kavanaugh, I don't know what your deal is. Always, just don't follow me if you don't like me. That's fine. Hell, I'll probably get more votes from people that don't like me because they'll know I'll go in and change things. And I'm okay with that. But I can't wait to see how this whole MTAA lawsuit. So I'm getting a bunch of documents sent to me, along with the original, the original Epstein files. Just kidding. It's kind of funny. But it was kind of fun being at the grocery store and people greeting me nicely about running for mayor and giving me, encouragement and good luck. I interviewed today with the Capital Journal and out at KSNT, and man, I got a phone call from a friend of mine today that made my day, and he wanted to contribute to my campaign, and he thought I'd make a good mayor. I told him to give money to the Shawnee County Republican Party because I'm not going to accept donations. They asked me if I could be mayor and still be in the real estate business. Absolutely. I mean, look how transparent I am today. You just got to know some of the codes. But I'd rather be sitting up in the mayor's office and handing a deal. Maybe somebody other than Mike Morris gets a deal. And I think Mike Morris ought to have to come forward with, tell me why, as a real estate broker, you think that we ought to give Cody Foster $9.5 million. Earl McIntosh, we need you in there, baby. We need to get somebody Make America Great guy for District 1, 3, 5, and 9. I'm live.